Dearest friends, welcome you. Thank you for being with me in this study of Geetha, and my congrats for your being regular and wishes that every aspect of Gita's direction and knowledge is fully grasped, understood, digested, and used by you for your own life's success, outer and inner, and that needs repeated attempts to study, practice, etc. Don't give up soon. And the evolution it is doesn't happen just like that. The same example, don't try to open the bud just like that. It will be spoiled only. You give the required conditions to it, the bud slowly gets blossomed to become a fragrant, beautiful, tender flower. So too, you have to become fragrant, beautiful, tender inner personality. For blossoming, it takes time, and you give time, and the conditions to be applied are be regular in listening to Gita, contemplating on Gita knowledge. Definitely, the growth will happen. It's so good that we have spent almost 1 4 3 days, and all in these days, not only Gita shlokas, some common sense thought we learned, and also we are seeing some shloka learned. I believe it's a good exercise as well as worth spending time. I am enjoying. I wish and pray you too. Like every day, today also will have three things: shloka learning. Today, Dakshinamurti Shlokam, Om Namah Pranavarthaya. Then common sense thought, Gita. Gita today is the last verse of fifth chapter, 29th. Done. So five chapters are done. In this shloka, Bhagavan just gives as if an introduction for the topic which is going to start from seventh chapter. What he says is, behind all the doings and enjoyings, behind the existence of every beings, I alone am there. When you know this one, you become devotee. When you become devotee, surrender to me, you are no more in any trouble or problem. You are freed from all misery and bondage. So it's a very sublime thing. Bhagavan talks about devotion. So Bhoktaram Yajna Tavasam. I am the Bhokta of the Yajna and Tavasya. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. I am the Lord of the entire universe. Surdam Sarabhutanam. In general, I am the well-wisher of all the beings. If these things deeply you understand, then you will surrender to me, then you will have peace. This is in a devotional language. In the Vedantic knowledge of Jnanam, key that Lord conscious self, which is behind any performances that are happening, and yet unmoved or unchanged. If you identify that, he is no suffering, like an actor on the stage. 10 roles he will play, yet he will not suffer, because in each of the role, and in the role, each of the scene, and in the each of the scene, behind each of the performance, there is somebody behind all that, and he knows he is that. Therefore, every role he will play, but he will not be disturbed. Is it not? He will not be disturbed as a villain, as a comedian, as a hero. No, because these are all outer expressions, but inside I am somebody different other than all that. They're all projected on me temporarily for an entertainment. Same way, whole world, including me, are all expressions of one divine only. And that divine is in us only. The one who recognize it, Shantim Ruchati, they know the true peace. Peace is not in sleep, in fulfilling desires, in getting things wanted. They're all temporary. The real peace is like the peace the wave discovers when it knows that it is a water behind not only that particular wave, but behind all the waves of all rivers, oceans. It is sublime knowledge, but Bhagavan concludes with that, so we are studying. After this, from tomorrow we'll have the sixth chapter, which depends on or talks about the meditation, preparation for meditation and meditation. Tomorrow we'll give all that introduction and then we'll enter. Today we'll see that. Let's start. Om, 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai, Om Shanti, 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 Om Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, गुरु साक्षात् परम ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. This everyday mantras. Today Dakshinamurti is a Guru mantra. Om Namaha Pranavarthaya. O Lord, my salutations to you, Dakshinamurti, who is the essence of the Pranava Omkara. Shuddha Jnana Eka Murtaye. You are the pure consciousness. Nirmalaya, there is no impurity in you. Prashantaya, you are the ultimate peace. Just now we saw. To such due Dakshinamurti, the expression of Lord Shiva, Namaha. My salutation. So salutations to Dakshinamurti, the expression as a guru by the Lord Shiva, who is the meaning of Pranava, who is Nirmala, who is Prashanta, and who is Shuddha Jnana, pure conscious knowledge. So chant this mantra one day, the Lord will give the maturity to understand what is the meaning of this strong, deeper meaning. Superficially, through this chanting, remember Dakshinamurti Bhagavan, he being the owner of all Vidyas, knowledges, whatever knowledge you need, you ask him for that, he'll give. Good knowledge, positive knowledge. Don't ask, tell me how to do the cheating, how to do the theft. Hey, Dakshinamurti ji, please tell me that. Don't ask. Ask only the positive knowledges. So, Om Namah Pranavartaya Shuddha Jnanaika Murtaye Nirmalaya Prashantaya Dakshinamurti Namah. This is our mantra. 11 times we chant it, remembering Dakshinamurti, asking him to all give us all vidyas. I to ask for the Brahma Vidya. 11 times 97 ऐड करो 108 बनाओ 1080 लक्ष्य बना के उसको अचीव करना. स्टार्ट. ओम श्री दक्षिणामूर्ति अनुग्रहेण सर्व विद्या प्राप्ति द्वारा अविद्या जनित संसार दुख निवारणार्थम विद्या परमात्मा अनुभवेन मुक्त्यादि प्राप्त्यर्थम श्री दक्षिणामूर्ति अष्टकांत स्तोत्रांतर्गत दक्षिणामूर्ति श्लोकस्य पारायणं वयं सर्वे जपं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. ओम 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 नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. 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 A beautiful shloka we have learned. Now, common sense thought is so simple, but then it all depends on how do you receive it. This all simple like cricket. The bowler tries to make you out only. If you are a batsman, then if you are a bowler, batsman tries to hit you for a sixer only. In whichever position you are, bowler or batsman, you should have the skills. As a batsman, without getting out, you have to hit a sixer. As a bowler, without getting hit for a sixer, you have to make out. Is it not? That's how the game goes on. Whoever wins that day or that over at that time, he will be the winner. It depends on his earlier preparations, that time, his presence of mind, etc. So many factors are there. So it depends. So you can see in the first 3 hours, 2 wickets, but next 25 hours they played well. Again now 2 wickets, again playing well. You can see the first test match going on. So our life is also like that. First thing is what? Don't become miserable. Then only two more things to be done. What is that? How to respond to the world when the world comes to you. In whatever the way it comes. In a healthy response by which neither the world is suffering nor you suffering. Learn that art. So to whatever you need. First decide what you need. Who gives me? The world only gives me. How to approach the world. These two we have to learn in our life. When I need something, how to approach the world and get it. When the world itself comes to me, how to respond. Simple at home. You need some money, pocket money. You must know the art of how to approach mother, father and get it. So to when they give a work or tell you a study at home, how when they are saying that, respond to that, you must know. That remains in that remains success. Mother gives, father, mother give money or not, or they will tell you to do something, study or not, it is in your hands. As a parent, they think that they have right on us, therefore they try to tell us some work or they try to tell us to study in our own interest. But instead of responding properly with understanding, that oh mother, father, I'm tired, I'm little take rest, I'll definitely study. To their advisors, etc. If this way we learn the art of lovingly responding, where is an issue? In the give work, yeah, house में काम होना है, कौन करेगा? All the time mother father only do. Then what are you doing, buffalo? You should know it. You are a buffalo, and you should do it. At least buffalo does some work. We generally react when the world comes to us. Stop reacting. Respond. Whatever it is, good or bad, worst. Like big bhukampa came. You can't do anything. क्या करेंगे? रोकोगे भूकंप को? Reaction. You only have to respond. बचने का कोशिश कर, नहीं तो सत्य राम नाम. And if you are rescue our team, you try to bring them out. And such a pathetic situation. They're all in hundreds. Just now I saw 16,000 is the count of deaths. And under the debris of worlds, so many are still panting, even though it's 4 days are over, praying for someone to come and help, and they can't, their voice cannot reach to others. How many birds, animals, they all are died. Bereavements. Father lost son, son lost father, wife lost husband, husband lost wife, children lost parent, parent lost children, friends, relatives. Ayyo. Hey, Prakriti Mata, don't be so angry with us. Yes, we have done a lot wrong to you. Yeah, mother, please protect. And those are alive, hands broken, legs broken, no money, no naukari, no food to where to go, suffering in hospitals, pain. Along with them, all those who are in the doctor as doctors in the hospital, nurses, or the serving staff, rescue team people, everyone are in such a pain there. Never ever it should happen like that. Biggest calamity of century is this type of tsunamis came, but this very worst. So what you can do? Respond. Generally, we react when the world comes to us. Respond intelligently. So, to when you need something, you should have the art of approaching properly. We, with all the anguishes or angers or non-preparednesses or बेवकूफ़ी, immaturities, खुराफती, शराफत से पेश करो. We are all non-positive, and we say the world, forgive me, but still give me what I want. They will give only kick because that's what we deserve. Common sense is what? It is in my hands how I have to respond when the world comes to me. Again, it is in my hands Then whenever I need something, how I have to work? I have money, then it is in your hands to study and get the job and work. If you want name and fame, you do the social works taking into hand. When you go on doing for 20 years relentlessly, people will recognize you. Yeah, he is there. Service. And the government recognize, gives you some Padma Shri something. So it's in your hands. What do we do? From our side, we don't learn and do work properly. Then from that side, when the current world comes, we don't know how to respond to it. Both places we do mistake and we pray the world. We tell the world why the world is troubling me because you behaved nonsensely like that. So to why the world is not giving me what I want because you have not worked to deserve it. Common sense. It is always in our hands how to respond the world comes, how to take initiative to enter into the world. You command your life. Then the world will respond. It also equally healthily it reciprocates to us. It is in your hands. Like when you are in the class and whatever you are doing, how I respond is in my hands and it determines my peace or misery. So when I have taken up this job of giving Gita, it is in my hands as to how to study and try to explain it to you. You are innocent. I can't blame you. And by blaming you, I'm not going to get any benefit. Hmm. By blaming the world, you can't get any benefit. By not doing anything in the world, you can't expect world to do favors. So it's in your hands how to respond when the world comes. It is in your hands how to take an initiative when you want something from the world, whether it's people or the things. Have a common sense. After this, don't get frustrated inside, do what is required, and don't become angry with the people, behave with them properly with a common sense. So that is the idea. Hmm. In this way, today's common sense thought we learned. Now let us come to Bhagavad Gita. Hmm. Hmm. Last sloka of the fifth chapter. Beautiful it is. Here Bhagavan just after telling his glory in the chapter 4 as an avatara and all, he now says another very sublime truth. Introducing that and testing us, we as youngsters, can we comprehend it? For spiritual seekers, it's a beginning to understand the presence of the Lord behind everything. Very sublime shloka. I'll try to put together both for spiritual seekers as well as us the meaning of it. Some shlokas you can easily interpret as for the sake of us, for our successes. So many shlokas, Dhyayito Vishanu. Some shlokas you can talk to both. Some are exclusively for spiritual. So you can pull the meaning out of it for our vyavahara. Otherwise, mainly it is for spiritual. So this shloka belongs to that category. And you can take from that some help for ourselves also. And what help? That spiritual meaning itself, if it is practiced, that is the help. And how long we separate ourselves as if we are not spiritual, we are only worldly people. Bring the Lord or spirituality into every activity. Then, while doing your actions, you are slowly growing to be spiritual or devotee. That's why everybody will have to evolve. And everything is logical with faith and with practice, you will come to know. Logically, कुछ बता सकते हैं. With faith, you practice, you will come to know the remaining thing about the Lord behind everything. So this shloka talks about Lord. Lord says, I am behind everything. That me, if you know, you are at peace, at ease, which we spoke 10 minutes back also in the introduction. So let us first see the shloka chanting, word to word meaning, spiritual meaning for us. Today's shloka will not be very elaborate. Oh, 5-6 minutes mein khatam. From tomorrow, the Dhyana Yoga. So I'll talk about why Dhyana Yoga, its name, why Atma Yoga, and in that 47 shlokas, what are the different topics are there. I'll touch to you 6 or 7 topics. Then we start taking one by one sloka. Today we'll do this. Om Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama Sri Geeta Sharanam Mama Sri Sadguru Sharanam Mama Shri Vyasa Sharanam Mama Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama. Om Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Srimad Bhagavad Gita Atha Panchamodhyayah कर्म संन्यास योगः श्री भगवानुवाच अथ एकोनत्रिंशः श्लोकः. This one. So karma sannyas में finally we discover Lord's presence everywhere and abide by what He tells to us. In this sense, karma sannyasa means we have nothing to do for ourselves by ourselves. This is all called as actual ignorance and samsara. When we do everything for the Lord, what is required for us, the mukti here, the mukti there, both He will provide to us. It's a very, very powerful shloka. That way can run into days if I try to explain to you. And if I take all the examples and all the shastras and quotations and bhashyam, Adi Shankar ka, oh, bahut bada hoga. All that I will not do literal meaning. So the words are Bhoktaram Yajnatavasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suhridam Sarvabhutanam Jnatvam Shantim Ruchati. That's all. When you know it, you get the peace, which is beyond. So let us do it 4 plus 2 times. 1 plus 3, 4 plus 2 as we do every day. Shri Bhagavanuvacha, Shri Bhagavanuvacha, Bhoktaram Yagnatapasam, Bhoktaram Yagnatapasam, Bhoktaram Yagnatapasam, Bhoktaram Yagnatapasam, Sarvalokamaheshwaram, 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 Sarvalokamaheshwaram. Third part. Suhridam Sarvabhutanam, Suhridam Sarvabhutanam, Suhridam Sarvabhutanam, Suhridam Sarvabhutanam, Jnatva Mam Shantimuruchyate, Jnatva Mam Shantimuruchyate, Jnatva Mam Shantimuruchyate, Jnatva Mam Shantimuruchyate. 2 times. Om Shri Bhagavanuvacha Bhoktaram Yagnatapasam Sarvalokamaheshwaram Suhridam Sarvabhutanam Jnatva Mam Shantimruchyati. Again, Shri Bhagavanuvacha Bhoktaram Yagnatapasam Sarvalokamaheshwaram Suhridam Sarvabhutanam ज्ञात्वा माम शांति मृच्छति. लास्ट में एक पुष्पिका होता है, कंक्लूडिंग सेंटेंस. ओम तत्सदिते श्रीमद् भगवद गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्म विद्यायां योग शास्त्रे श्री कृष्ण अर्जुन संवादे कर्म संन्यास योगो नाम पंचमोऽध्यायः. सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. हरि ओम. पुष्पिका भी हमने देखा. नाउ द वर्ड सिंपल. लास्ट लाइन इज व्हाट? माम ज्ञात्वा शांतिम रुच्यति. Having known me to be like this, one gets the peace. 3 words are used by the Lord. I am telling the meaning simultaneously both for sadhakas and all. So, Mam Jnatva Shanti Mruchyati. Having known me, you will get the peace inside. Having known me in these forms. In these 3 forms mentioned, in which all things actually come. First thing, Bhoktaram Yajnatasam Mam Jnatva Shanti Mruchyati. Knowing me to be the Bhokta of all the Yajna and Tapasya, you will get a peace. Second one is Sarvabhuta Maheshwaram, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Mam Jnatva Shanti Mruchyati. Knowing me to be the Sarvaloka Maheshwara, you will have a peace. Third one is Suhridam Sarvabhutanam. I am the most beloved well-wisher of all beings. If you know this also, all the 3, you will never have a disturbance in your mind, you will have peace. So the first one is tough. In that again 2 parts are there. Sarva Yajna भोक्तारम सर्व यज्ञ तपसा, सॉरी, यज्ञ और तपस्या का मैं भोक्ता हूँ. नो द कनेक्शन क्या है रूल, whoever is the karta he becomes bhokta. The one who does it he only gets the result. कर्म का सिद्धांत वो है. So when Bhagavan says I am the bhokta of the yajna and tapasya, I am the karta also. Therefore whenever we do yajna and any tapasya, yajna is the outward activity through all the faculties for a particular goal for the whole world, which we discussed 2000 times in our earlier classes. Tapasya means all the self restraints, etc. Who are doing it? I am doing it. But can I do my tapasya or even yajna if the life principle is not there in me? I can't do it. Therefore, who is doing actually? Therefore, it's the life principle only is doing. That life principle is called as Lord. That one Lord is in the Nirguna Rupa is called Satchidananda Paramatma. Same one is in the Saguna Rupa as Rama or Krishna or whichever the Rupa you like. His presence only it's making the yajna tapasya happen through me. Yajna is outer contribution, tapasya is internal withdrawals. Doing tapasya of controlling, restraining all the faculties. Karta वही है. Now when you do karma, phala comes. You are enjoying the phala. You are enjoying the bhog कहते हैं उसको. But can you enjoy bhoga without again the life in us? Like a person working 8 hours per day and eating 2 plates of rice. Died. तो उसके बाद जाके उसको 1 मिनट का कोई काम दे दो, भाई इतना ही थोड़ा सा उधर जाके ले आओ. मरा हुआ है वो, क्या करेगा वो? नहीं. देन ब्रिंग ऑल टाइप्स ऑफ फूड टू हिम, 56 भोग, एंड टेल भाई थोड़ा खीर तो खाओ. ही कैनॉट, गॉट डेड. The life in me called as God is the one because of whom all activity is happening. And life in me called as God is there because of whom all the experiences also are happening in me. If you know this, that life principle is called as Bhagavan. We call Rama, Krishna and all that, Shiva and Mata Rani, all these that life principle named and formed. Without name and form, he is called Brahma or Satchidananda, whose nature is that pure consciousness, pure existence, infinitum or the bliss, infinitude or the bliss. Then how do you get Shanti when you know it? I, the restless individuality, because of whose restlessness I was feeling so disturbed and ashanta, that gets quieted. I will not jump out of my skin to do all the nonsense, nor I crave for anything which I don't deserve. My ego gets quieted by accepting Bhagavan as Karta Bhokta. The Karta Bhokta Rupi ego gets quieted. It is the ego who is suffering by his own restlessness, by becoming Karta Bhokta. So I don't suffer because Lord is the Karta, He is the Bhokta. Then how the Lord becomes Karta? We only have to do what is said only by the God. That is given to us in the Shastra. So Shastra पढ़ के उसमें क्या करने को कहा? Exactly doing that is equal to the meaning of Karta of everything is God. Then how do you say Bhokta is He? Any result comes, you offer it to Him only in whatever the form you say. Krishna ho, Ram ho, jo bhi hai. That offering to Him, the result is called He is the Bhokta. And the purpose of both is what? I reduce in my ego of Karta and Bhokta. To that extent, I find the peace inside me. Therefore, Mam Yagnatavasam Bhoktaram Jnatva Shantim Ruchati. That is the meaning of this first sentence. Yagnatavasam Kartaram Bhoktaram Mam Jnatva Shantim Ruchati means that. And that is what in and through every being's the life only is pulsating and working. If the life is not there, elephant and ant both are dead. How much are big that fellow may be, how much are small this fellow. A small shrub, a huge gigantic eucalyptus or any of this daruka vruksha. इतना बड़ा होता है, लाइव निकल गया डेड दोनों. A highly intelligent man, a foolish man, a karodpati ho या roadpati ho, a head of the institute or the organization or a small class or employee. When the life goes away, both are same. Therefore, in him the big work is happening, in him small work happening. Both are because of the life called as God. A great singer, in him Lord only is there singing. Not a so great singer, he's very mediocre. सब में वही भगवान है. This we have to strengthen in our understanding to the extent that our ego and the importance given to the others get reduced, because of which the tension goes away, the Ashanti. Then you start becoming slowly devoted to the God, because He is the one, because of things are happening, beautiful things are happening. He is one seated in that flower, in that plant, giving a flower, giving the true tree, or giving the fruit. He is the one in the fruit seated, He is giving us the taste of the fruit. He's the one seated in the tongue, tasting it. He's the one seated in the stomach, he is digesting it. Dekho, if you learn this art of seeing God, everywhere you see God, that's called philosophy. God is first, is a Rupanama, no doubt. That Rupanama God will come to your darshan when you do those type of upasanas. But second level of God is an understanding. Third level of God is experience, the pure conscious self. भगवान ये तीन तरह से होते हैं. तो माम ज्ञात्वा शांति मुच्यति. यज्ञ तपसाम भोक्तारम माम ज्ञात्वा शांति मुच्यति. It's a big subject. I need to tell you hours together on that. But mainly I am telling you, yajna is outer work, tapasya is introverted works with all type of sadhanas. Only the tapasvi is doing the tapasya because Lord is in him. A meditator is meditating Lord in him. ये प्रवचन मैं कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि भगवान है मेरे अंदर. कोई किताब लिख रहा है इसलिए वो भजन कर रहा है, भगवान है तो. कोई तबला बजा रहा है, कीर्तन कर रहा है. Can the Lord, can that person do it when the Lord goes away? Like in the Ukraine, sorry, why Ukraine? Turkey. How many thousands died? Among them, every professional are there. No, every one of them are non-performers now, because the common thing called life gone away. डॉक्टर्स, लॉयर्स, स्टूडेंट्स, स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन एक आध मिस हो गए, बेचारे ढूंढ ही रहे उनको. एक तो मिल गया और एक है मिल नहीं रहा. He is from some other country. Mm. Hope little understanding you got. What is the meaning of Lord saying, I am the Karta as well as Bhokta of all yajna and tapasya. And when we know it, we become peaceful. Because our ego, our insistences get reduced. Like when I say, I am the one giving lecture, the arrogance comes, then comparison comes, then the demand, expectation go on coming, which will never be fulfilled. I become frustrated on it. On the other hand, I say it's because the Lord in me doing all that. Immediately, all my arrogance, ego, boasting, gone. Then my expectation from the world, gone. Disappointment, gone. Peace, gained. Therefore, Shantim Ruchati. So simple it is. The great workers like Gurudeva, Vivekananda, how much work they did, still they never suffered the failures whenever they failed, if at all, never jumped out of skin when something is achieved. Because they know it is Lord in them who made all these things happen. उन्होंने किया है. ठीक है, करता भी वही है, भोगता भी वही. That is why we do any work before starting, we pray to the Lord. Oh Lord, function through me for this work to come and accomplished proper. Once the work is over, again with the follow, we go into the front of Lord and offer it to Him only. Bhagavan, ये आपके लिए है. All our festivals are like that only. You have worked through us, success came, that is offered to you. देखो पोंगल करते हैं, लोहरी कहते हैं, संक्रांति. All that is what offering to the Lord because of you that it has happened, so you deserve the share, so we give it. सर्व यज्ञ तपस्या का कर्ता भोक्ता कौन है? भगवान. In the form of what? Pure consciousness inside, without whom not even a cell will respond. क्या मराओ बंदे के बाद कान में आके कोई भी म्यूजिक सुनाओ, नाक के पास पुट ए स्मेल, आंखों के पास कुछ चीज दिखाओ, है ना, मुंह में रसगुल्ला डालो, मरा हुआ बंदे का, है ना. इफ द लाइफ इज नॉट देयर, यू नॉट से बहुत अच्छा और एक लगाओ करके फिर सोएगा नहीं वो, उसका तो मरा नहीं, एक्ट कर रहा है. These are the things to be known to reduce our ego. So too in everyone, same Lord is working. The word salutation to the Lord, friendship to the people, no animosity or excessive attachment. That's it. Like you come in front of me, let us say. स्वामी आपको मिलना है. When you come in front of me, what I have to see? I have to see the Lord in you, because now you are alive and you came and met. First, I see that Lord and acknowledge Him. Later on, that Lord is expressing as you, the youngster. So I love you. When you ask a question, I'll answer you. That much व्यवहार I will required. व्यवहार तो required है. My mind will be shanti. I'll not be attached to you that "Hagere beta, very good." Not I'll be detached or angry with others. Or after coming, you made a, let us say, made something by which I become dukhi. I am not hateful towards you. ये सब होगा ही नहीं. This is a very essential sentence. Yagnatavasam bhoktaram mam gnatva shantim ruchyati. So are you only this one? Anything second one, sir? Are second one is there. Very, very important one is there. What is that? Sarva loka maheshwaram. Don't miss this line. Sarva loka maha ishwara. Sarva means all. Loka means worlds. Loka means people. In all the world, for all the people, he is the Mahan Ishwara. Of my own individual life, what it is told. In me, he is the one because of whose presence actions are happening. Therefore, he is the Karta. And he is the one whose presence making the things to be enjoyed. Therefore, he is Bhokta. Is it only to me or my friends or my family or to you who are listening to Gita? No, Sarvaloka Maha Ishvara. By becoming Karta and Bhokta. Without his presence in that Loka, nobody will be able to do the karma or the bhoga. कर्म भागा भोग उनका परमात्मा ही कर रहे हैं. तो when you say सर्वलोका, wherever into the world you go, like throughout the world, wherever you go, behind that bulbs glowing, what is there is electricity only. शक्ति एक ही है ना. डोंट आस्क थर्मो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, हाइड्रो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, विंड इलेक्ट्रिसिटी और मैकेनिकल इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, सोलर. अरे यार कुछ भी हो, वो तो अलग सोर्स है. बट बेसिकली behind the filaments of any bulb in the whole world, is it not the same electricity? Behind any fans working, same electricity. So what is electricity? The electricity is glowing bulb in my house. So it is the electricity because of which the bulb is glowing. Therefore, electricity is the Bhokta and Karta. Because without him, bulb will not glow, it will be thrown out only. It is useless. बिजली नहीं, bulb क्यों रखेगा कोई? No, in my house it is said. Is it only in my house? No, Sarvaloka Maheshwar. In every part of the world, wherever the bulbs are glowing, behind those filaments, what is there? The same electricity. Electricity दो नहीं होते हैं. Indian electricity, American electricity, है ना, तेलुगु electricity, मलयालम electricity, काला electricity, सफेद electricity, मोटा वाला, तगड़ा वाला, मेल एंड फीमेल. और प्लग सॉकेट्स को मेल फीमेल बोलते हैं. इलेक्ट्रिसिटी में नहीं होता हो. It is one without second. Rich electricity, poor electricity, patla, dubla, lamba, choda. Huh? Do we have that? Everywhere in the world, electricity is one only. Principle is one. Satya is one. Tattva is one. That is the meaning of Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. So that way, when you know, again you are Shanta. Your attention is not on the different bulbs are all. Your attention is on the common electricity. Whenever you focus attention on difference, you will get differentiations, fighting starts. Whenever you see the common thing, your differences go away, you start loving and embracing. All the dukkha converts into the sukha and shanti. So that's how Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, knowing the Lord to be Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, gives us shanti. Mam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Jnatva Shantim Ruchyati. This is the meaning. So Mam Yagnatavasam Bhoktaram Jnatva Shantim Ruchyati. Mam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Jnatva Shantim Ruchyati. Third one is very sweet, very beautiful. Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. I am Suhrit means that person who unconditionally, without any selfishness, taking initiative, comes to our help or rescue, is called a Suhrit. Like the India, they didn't ask Turkey. Immediately, the moment happened, or just that N17 has taken off with all the relief material and India of people. Like that, many other countries also did not wait for them to appeal. They made general appeal, we need support from the whole world. But many of them took initiative because the need of the hour. The difference is apart later on. And why should we have any differences only? So that initiative by India to help that Turkey when it is in suffering without waiting for it to ask nor expecting from anything, that's called Suhrut. और इंडिया डज इट फॉर होल वर्ल्ड ऑल द टाइम. छोटा कंट्री बड़ा कंट्री सबको मदद करते हैं. इंडिया से बढ़कर कोई सुहृत देश नहीं है दुनिया में. बिकॉज इंडिया स्टैंड्स ऑन द स्क्रिप्चरल प्रिंसिपल्स, स्पिरिचुअल प्रिंसिपल्स, पर्टिकुलरली द प्रेजेंट रूलिंग गवर्नमेंट. बाद में कौन बुद्धू लोग आकर क्या सब भूलकर व्हाट नॉट टू डू वी डोंट नो. Actually, the moment the Swatantra came 47, since then only this type of government was there, which is going on now. Economically, long back would have conquered the world, even in the other fields of, the morals, ethics, spirituality, would have even the Vishwa Guru Pakka. Definitely. देशवाद जातीयवाद ज्यादा होना चाहिए देन स्वतः स्वार्थवाद. How can I think about me when I am a leader of nation? I should work for the nation only. 24 घंटे वही सोचना है मेरे देश को हर रंग में कैसे बाहर ले जाना है, हर क्षेत्र में. Like that. I am just telling the glory of nation, India, which is helping the Turkey, etc. That is Suhruda, meaning I am telling. And Bhagavan is the Suhrut for Sarvabhuta. He's such a Suhrut, the difference between man and God. I told you one day, man gets and forgets, God gives and forgives. He goes on giving, and with that received from him, all nonsense we do, he goes on forgiving like all the mothers, fathers of the whole universe of all beings put together. And we go on getting, and we forget who has given it to us. Murak log hai. So when you know he is Suhridam, how is Suhridam? How is the well-wisher? Dekho, before we arrive for our body's sustenance, what is required, all the food he kept or not. See that mother, much before she gives birth to child, already there is a milk in her breasts. पहले ही भगवान ने दे दिया. Then already the father is waiting. इसको बाहर आते ही I'll take care of him. And the नाना नानी, दादा दादी, पापा पापी नहीं होता. फूफा फूफी, चाचा चाची, काका काकी. पापा पापी तो भाई. Everyone are made ready for receiving this fellow. Before this fellow goes to the school, school is ready. Before he goes to the dress material shop, dress material is ready. Before he comes from school, khana ghar mein ready. Before he gets disease, the medicine is already ready. Doctor is already ready. Bolo, what more you need to accept Bhagavan to be the Suhrita, that without our asking him, he makes everything ready for us. And after giving all that, he never even looks, waits even for our thank you also. Never reciprocates. This is not for Bhayankara Nastika also. Is not Bhagavan giving food? Is he not giving him life? That fellow says, I don't believe in God. To tell that I don't believe God, you should have the power in you, you should have life in you. That is what is God. बट भगवान उसके लिए भी शोर होता है. बेचारा ना समझ है. अब ऐसा ही रहेगा, बात की बात देखेंगे. पहले तो इसको जीना जो चाहिए मैं दे देता हूं. भगवान इज सुहृत फॉर एवरीवन. Basically, Ravana did such a tyranny, but he was also alive by Bhagavan's grace. He is Suhrut for him. But when he crossed limits and troubling all dharma, he should be eliminated in the interest of totality. Do you understand Bhagavan's Suhrudatva? Everything, you see, a beautiful world he made in front. But aankh nahi diya to? वो भी दो आंख, and they are coordinating each other. With two eyes, you are not seeing two people ahead. Coordination of two eyes is so beautiful that one person only we see. दो को देखा तो किसको बात करेंगे आप? World beautiful made he made with all the colors and forms, shapes. He gave eyes to see. Made so many sounds but gave ears to listen. Made so many tasty foods but gave tongue to taste. What more you want to accept Bhagavan Suhrudatva? Man he gave, people he gave, said you love and get the love. Buddhi he gave, kept the world inside. Use it and research and discover the truths, he said. Everywhere, if you have opened eyes, Bhagavan's Kripa, so much we see. That's what is called as he is our Suhrutto. Millions are there to say, few I have shared with you. He has put the sun at right place. If sun goes far away, we become ice. If he comes close, we become pakode. Moon he kept, and then Moon is giving all the Oshadi Guna to the food we eat. He has put Samudra, oceans, so rivers. So he made the system of sun taking the water and make it clouded, rain when it's required. The Samudra cannot come, then it called tsunami. But Pani required. Then not the salty Pani. Therefore the rain, the sun god takes that water and goes where required and pours it. It's all system. What we do as a human being is our intelligence. Everything Bhagavan already is doing. Every system which is happening inside, he is doing. Every system we recognize outside, all of them is already doing. If you understand it that way, it's a big subject. I need hours together to talk to you on that. Suhridam Sarvabhutanam. How wonderful it is. Million times. How type of variety of foods we eat. But all of that, is it not digested? इफ इमेजिन करो ये टाइम पे यही खाना है तो ठीक हजम करूंगा, नहीं तो मरूंगा, ऐसा पेट ने कहा मानो, then you will not get that food at that time, then you will die only. Wrong food you eat, again you will die. You will never be alive. What foods eat, what we drink it. Only sometime when it is absolutely bad for the body in the form of acidity, all that, the reaction happens in the body. Otherwise, system is going on. And a body which hands, legs, system, all these systems working because of whose grace? His grace only. And they are placed in proper place, they are coordinating with each other. Everything is miracle. It is His greatness. How the food taken is becoming blood, blood vessels, bone and bone marrow and muscles, and the strength and the thinking ability inside us. ये सब भगवान ने जो भोजन दिया वो खाने से भगवान ही अंदर कर रहे हैं, कोई गवर्नमेंट थोड़ी कर रहा है. Is the government going inside your stomach and making the food as energy, or your friends, or your mummy papa, your dadaji? ये खुद कर रहे हो क्या? We only do feel it, set it, forget it. He is suhrut, he is doing. The worst of the thing is what? The unwanted material from the stomach, it should go away. भगवान वो भी काम करते हैं, सुहृत है इसलिए. अब कितने बातें बताया, सुहृदम सर्वभूतानां. Finally, if we seek, he will give his darshana. If we seek, he will give us our oneness with him. यहाँ तक उनका सुहृदता है. If you know this, there is no doubt now he is there for me as well wisher. I pray to him, will take care. And you and I also in the world, this much you can understand. The third one, Surdam Sarabhutanam, with it never feel lonely in life. Hold on to the Lord in whatever the form you like. Krishna, Rama, or Ganapati, or Shiva, Matarani, Hanumanji, koi bhi ho. Through that you can feel he is my well-wisher and tune to him. And realize that already as a well-wisher is giving you what you want, what you need, what you deserve. Anything more also you need, he is ready to give. Only thing what we have to do, two things are, do only what he says and don't do what he doesn't say, wrong thing. Then you are always safe. And that also is not for him, it is for us only. For us to receive his help continuously. For us to receive his help called as grace continuously, we have to do what he tells, we should not do what he tells not to do. These only two things we do. The life is shanti mruchate. You will never have pain or misery or peacelessness. Always peaceful. Think this shloka. This is very gambhir, I know. अब homework करो इसका. भगवान ने तो कह दिया. And what is Bhagavan? The life principle in us. That life principle for our own substantial observation comes in the form of Rama and Krishna for us to catch. Because intellect can catch, our mind can catch only when thing is substantial and tangible. But same Lord, as He you want to see, you have to transcend all the Manabuddhi Chitta Ahankara. That's called as meditation. That is the theme of all the Geetha and Upanishads. That's what spiritual people see. People see. They will see the Lord behind the Lord. भगवान कृष्ण के अंदर कौन तत्व है, राम के अंदर, उनको देखने वाले अध्यात्म. श्री राम कृष्ण को ही भगवान मानने वाले भक्त, और उससे भी काम बनता है. But the Ramakrishna avatars come and go, but the reality always remains. The truth, the self, which is in our own selves, which is recognized on the seat of meditation after studying Upanishads, etc. तो उसको तो हम वहां रख दे में, तो इतना कर लें कि we are not yatim or left behind without somebody. Lord is there as Sukruttu. Hold on to him. Is it not? He only gave parents to us. Remember it. He only gave siblings to us. He only gave the whole world. Recognize it, that's it. He will come in front of you if you do that type of upasana. Without doing upasana, you say, come. Why will he come? एक पद्धति हर एक चीज का होता है. ऐसे टोल्ड दादा ने हैंड और कैथर बहुत क्लोज लाया, जोड़ा नहीं, तब भी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी नहीं फ्लो होगा. तो उन फ्लो होने के लिए जो करना है करना पड़ता है. सो तो भगवान के दर्शन के लिए जो उपासना करना है करो तो होएगा, करते कुछ नहीं, बोलते हो ही नहीं, एंड बोलते आई एम ऑल अलोन, नो बडी टू टेक केयर ऑफ मी, नो बडी इज अलोन और लोनली, द लॉर्ड ऑलवेज विथ एवरीवन, रिकॉग्नाइज इट, recognize him as the self inside, then the ultimate Shanti. Before that, recognize him as Ram and Krishna, worship him, then also you are at Shanta. Where he answers his our prayers, and to millions of devotees he has taken care. For us also he'll take. Like you go to bank, why? Thousands of people they give loan, they'll give me also. We go to the water source because many people drink water, I will also. So too, the Lord was approached by many devotees. They were blessed by him for various things. Removal of dukkha, giving the sukha, giving, fulfilling their own desires of any achievement. भगवान तो तथास्तु करते रहते हैं. बस हमको भरोसा नहीं, because we are educated in a wrong place. Nowadays, मोह केवल नास्तिकता सिखाने वाले वर्ल्ड में एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट में पढ़ रहे हैं. They don't even dare to put Mother Saraswati's photo there. They don't even dare to put Ganapati. They want to dare to study Geetha in such wretched schools, colleges of Avidya Samsthas we are studying, and we call it as Vidyalaya. That Vidyalaya where Vidya का मूल भगवान ही नहीं है, how you call it Vidyalaya? कुछ कहो to secularism. So we should not talk about the Shastras. Then teach only physics, chemistry nonsense, and never teach these spiritual things. And we study in those schools. Added to that, all the media, paper, and the people who convert us, and parents also are like that. सारा मिलकर हमको जो मिलना चाहिए नहीं मिलने दे रहे, और जहीं नहीं मिलना चाहिए वो थोप ही जा रहे हमारे ऊपर, थोप ही जा रहे. मिलना हमको ऐसा वाला नॉलेज, nobody is giving. And जो नहीं चाहिए, we are burdened with so many things. And you can't avoid, the world is running like that. You have to have your discretion. Just like we talked in our common sense thought, how to respond, how to take initiative is in our hands. Here also, understanding the situation, we must know what's required for us. We require is this spiritual knowledge also. Out of that, what we have seen in 5 chapters, one thing, the last shloka is what? There is a Lord who is operating behind everything. He is there, tuned to him with devotion. That is the meaning of this. यज्ञतवसां भोक्तारं सर्वलोकमहेश्वरं सर्वभूतानां सुहृदं मां यः जानाति अज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति. You will not have any relaxation, tension, because either you become knowledgeable person, knowing him as you are no more a jiva to suffer, or you become a devotee by surrendering to him because he is a Bhagwan, or you follow what he says exactly and don't do what he doesn't say. In all the three cases, there are no outer things which to disturb you. Inner side also there is no regrets or guilt to disturb you. The disturbance state is called as peace. So, Shanti Mruchati. Beautiful is this shloka. Do little mananam. Thank you. Sri Bhagavanu Vacha Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suhrudam Sarvabhutanam Jnatva Mam Shanti Mruchati. This is the last shloka of Gita, 5th chapter. Here Om Tat Sat Iti. Om, the Lord's name, Tat also Lord's name, Sat is the Lord's name, Iti means ho chuka hai. Iti is full stop in Sanskrit. Virama Chihna. Then the Pushpika mein, what we have done in this chapter is said. Iti, in this way, Srimad Bhagavad Gita also, in the songs sung by the Lord, Upanishatsu, which are the essence of the Upanishads, Brahma Vidyayam, whose purpose is to give us liberation by giving Brahma Vidya, Yoga Shastra, which also gives the practical tips to do all the life, how to live it. Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade, in the form of the dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, Karma Sannyasa Yoga Nama, by name or titled Karma Sannyasa Yoga, Panchamodhyaya, the 5th chapter concludes. So, that's a Pushpika. This is the 5वां अध्याय हो गया. कल से हम 6th वाला हम स्टार्ट करेंगे. Good, happy that 5 chapters we could do. I am very delighted, and for all those who are coming regularly, my congrats, my wishes, my prayers that Gita Jnanam goes deep into our heart. We really make use of it for our own outer and inner successes and peace and happiness. Peace and happiness. There's no pieces. Thank you. Now let us do our Dakshinamurti Shlokam. ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. And today in our common sense thought, very simple but very important, it is in your hands when the world comes to you how to respond. For your own suffering or happiness, or the world suffering or happiness. You suffer, world suffering, wrong response. It's called reaction. But you are also at ease and peace and happiness. Others also ease and peace and happiness. You are matured. That's called response. So to when you initiate from your side for whatever you want, that is again in your hands. If I talk abuses and wrong things to the other fellow, he will also do it. But if I respect and reverence and respect his if I address, he will also give that to me. So therefore, both are in my hands. How to protect me when anything comes to me by properly responding without reacting. So to how to get what I want by training myself to involve in the world. Common sense. Other than these two, what are they? I don't know how to go to the world. I go in a wrong way and expect the world to give me the right things. So too, I have no maturity to respond to what is happening in the world towards me. Then I blame again the world. Like the winter comes. Winter is required in nature for the totality. Don't blame the winter. You wear your sweaters. So to the summer comes. Don't blame the summer. You get your AC or all that fan. That is how to respond. So to the mother, father will tell you or teach you or scold you, or the job officer gives you the work to do. So many how to respond you have to learn. So from your side also, you should know you are a human being, you are receiving from the world the things, you have to respond through your own dharma, as well as whatever you want, for that you have to do something. अपने तरह से. You want people to love you have to give love. Respect you have to respect. आपको अपने तरफ से नहीं करोगे तो वहां से कैसे मिलेगा? If you want mango tree, don't sow an apple seed and say mango क्यों नहीं आया? It is you who want mango tree. Put the mango plant. डोंट ब्लेम लेटर ऑन. मैं तो मैंगो सोचा चाहिए करके पर मिला नहीं, चलो लगा दिया एप्पल का. देख रहा था मैं कि मैंगो आएगा आएगा, आया ही नहीं. It is in our hands how to move into the world and get what we want from the world. So it is in our hands to protect from the world when the world is attacking us in so many ways, again because of our prarabdha. This was the common sense thought. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 143. 143 is a good number. 5 chapters are over. Tomorrow we'll do the 6th chapter. So God, Guru, Geetha, Govinda, Gomata, Gayatri Mata, bless you all. Thanks. See you tomorrow. With 6th chapters beginning. Okay.